Welcome to Hands on High Tech. Today, we are going to fix this cord. It's important for me to remember, by the way, 15 amp cord. And I'm gonna tell you why this would be important to remember. I had this at a job site, plugged into a generator, got a little cold, so I decided we're gonna turn on some electric heaters, and look what I did. Totally melted in this connector. So I'm gonna replace this, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. And the other end's fine. It was plugged in. It was just this end we were overloading. And it actually melted the other cord, which I'll probably do next and show you what's connected in here. And you can see, this is a tinier cord, obviously, but look what it did to those connectors, right? Pretty crazy. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this off first. I have different kind of cutters. This is electric cutters, but this is a pretty big cord, but I'm gonna do it anyway and just cut it. So this cord is designed to hold a lot more amps, but here's the problem. I don't really have a good way of stripping this. So what I like to do is buy a piece. I bought this, this is an Eaton piece, and I'll put the link down below. It's a 287Z FLW. So I'm gonna open this up. And it comes with a nice connector that will definitely fit around that cord, a little rubber piece. Not watertight. This one was probably be better watertight wise, but I can't use it anymore, obviously. And so this will be just a regular connector now. So anyway, good cord, just need to have a little update here. So I'm gonna take you along for the ride. I'll strip this back. I probably need about there. Just kind of guessing. I can always trim these back a little bit. But I got to be careful when I do this, though, is I don't want to puncture the other cords underneath. So I kind of just go around it gently and try to just pull back. You can also, so I just don't have the tool for this thick of a cord. I think what I might do is try to score around it here. Let's just see. It's kind of cut. Let's see if we can, and kind of score around it. Just gotta be careful we don't get too deep. And I'm kind of watching as I go. It's not quite cut all the way around. That side's cut. That side's cut. You can kind of see how I'm bending it just to make sure. Got a little bit right there. That, and then pull. I got a pair of wire cutters, obviously, a knife, and a straight and a Phillips screwdriver. So, and the reason is you can see these are straight screws, right? But up here is Phillips screws. So lots of times on these, they'll do both. So let's unscrew this piece, and you'll quickly see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so let's pull this apart, and there we go. So there's the one piece. So what I want to do before I ever forget is let's slip this across this yellow piece of cord. And the reason is because if I get it all connected and then I remember to do this, it's going to be a little too late. Go ahead and get it in there good. You want to get it so that the cord can be pinched well, but not too much. You can trim these wires up if you need to, but I'm trying to get it in there so it's nice and tight and snug. So if ever someone did pull on this for some reason to unplug it, you've got a good pinched connection here. Okay, so the way this works is silver screw is white, gold screw is black, green screw is green, right? So this is heavy duty. So what I'm gonna do, and you can do this either way, lots of times I'll just twist a wire. This looks like multi-strand wire. I can take the soldering gun and just throw a little silver solder, or not silver solder, but solder around this to give me a really good, nice connection, which I'll probably do, and get a nice bend in it so it'll go around and connect really well underneath these pieces. So stay tuned, and I will just work as I go here, okay? So let's see, it's basically gonna go in, so we don't need very long cords. I'm gonna actually trim these up about 1 inch all around here. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and strip this back, appropriate amount. And you see it's a multi-strand wire, so I'm gonna twist that. I'll probably, like I said, drop some solder on that here in a second. Let's go ahead and get about the same amount stripped off. And this is really nice thick cord. Okay, now go ahead and twist those together. Twist those together. Now a lot of people, you don't have to put solder on these. You can literally just open these screws up here with your Phillips screwdriver again. That's the ground wire. So I just like to open them up to where they just about come out on all sides, just to give myself, and that's max. That's max. Okay, give myself room. And I think what I am going to do, just for this video, is I'm going to grab the soldering gun, which is across the table there, and we're going to throw a little solder on each one of these, and then I'm going to bend it, I think, so it goes around. Let me look how this does going in here. Let me see here. And it definitely would pinch it. We could just put it in there like that, but I think it's better. I'm going to probably trim this up a little bit and then try going straight in. So I'm going to trim it just a hair until it fits perfectly, and then I'm going to do them all the same. Okay, so you can see how, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see how it just barely hits there where the wire's facing. So I want about the same length on every one of these. There we go. There we go. A couple extra pieces there. There we go. Now, I'm gonna go get the soldering gun. It's 387. This heats up pretty quick. I really like the soldering gun for that. It's a Weller soldering gun. It's really easy to use. Just take it out of there. You can kind of see, I'll show you. It just melts it super easy here in a second when it gets to 750. 750 is where I keep it. Back at it. Let's see how this stuff melts. I got some different solder. Yeah. So let's see if I can get this. I think it's a lower temperature solder. There we go. I don't know if you can see that or not, but once it gets hot enough with this lower solder, and I'll put the links to the solder, it actually just sucks it right into the piece itself. And you can see now how that's one solid piece. We'll move to the next one. Okay, just got it. Now, that's the solder. Now for the finish. So let's let this cool a little bit, because these are very hot right now. So we're gonna let those cool a little bit, and then we'll put this piece on. So I'm gonna pause it, let this cool. Okay, I'm back. It took about 2-3 minutes for that to cool down to where I could actually touch it. So I'm gonna start with the ground wire. I'm gonna put it in under that piece. And so now I got the solder on. It's a little bit more difficult because it's thicker, which makes sense. And I think what I'm going to do is trim that up just slightly because it's really hard to get in over there. So, okay, let's see if I can undo that just a hair. There we go. All right, so we got the ground piece in, and I'm gonna tighten this down. Don't know what the exact torque is on it. Obviously, you don't want to break it, but you want to tighten it down really nice. Okay, now, as I said, white goes to silver. So you want to put the silver one with the white, and you want to work that all the way in there good. And you want to tighten it down again. Again, you want to tighten it to where it won't pull out, but you don't want it to break, right? And then lastly is the black goes to the gold. And No, I am not an electrical expert, but I know enough to correct this kind of stuff, obviously. Okay. Just like that. Now, we're going to put this back. And so what we got to do is we got to line up the holes with the pieces there. Okay. Took a lot longer than it should. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tighten this piece down right here with my straight screwdriver, and basically we're done. So here goes. And then I'll test it a little bit to make sure all is well. Okay. Don't know if it's quite as good as new, but it is fixed. Okay, let's just make sure these are tight up here. Tight, tight. I think I might try just to double check with the straight, but it's okay. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug it in and we're gonna test it. So I wanna test it on a connections and things. Anyway. And that is full 1500. Good heat coming out of it. Cord's not even warm. Feels good. So call that one fixed. Done and done. Thanks for watching. We'll fix the next cord next, maybe. I might add it on this one as well. I gotta see if I can find a piece.